working in primary schools. You've seen me working in secondary schools. But now, I want to talk to the parents. Mums and dads, listen up. Today, you're going to see a group parent session, a one-on-one with a student, Nathan, and a home visit to Nathan's parents. Mom and Dad, I'm really proud you came today, and Mom and Dad and moms and dads, I'm super happy you came. And I'm sure you're not at home teaching your kids how to name, call, and label, and how to put people down. I'm sure you're not outwardly producing this energy, but somewhere along the line, the kids are picking up, and then it's being reinforced, this behavior. So, I really think it's possible for parents to take an active role at home and with the school, where they learned how to actually help their child and support their child when he is verbally assaulted or physically assaulted. And it's not just the school. It's not the building that's causing the problem. It's learned behavior that comes into the building. Well, some of the problems that I see with moms and dads not wanting to be involved on situations like name-calling, bullying, put-downs, threats, intimidation, is that they may not understand fully how to deal with that energy themselves. So, typically the old school training would be, just get with it, get going, stop being a baby. And so they kind of pass it off and don't really have the skills to listen, because that's probably what they grew up with their entire life. Portsmouth, England. I was coming out of the primary school, and I was 20 feet behind a father and a 5-year-old little boy. He picked him up at school at 3 o'clock, and he's walking his kid, his 5-year-old boy, down, and his little boy's crying. He's got tears running down, and he's crying out loud. Now, obviously, something had happened at the school, but the father was in a hurry to get home. He takes that boy, and he grabs him by the lapel right here in the shirt, and he says, "You knock it off right now." And he sets him back down like this, and now the little boy's screaming at the top of his lungs. He grabs his arm like this, and he drags him across the parking lot. Well, what did that little boy learn? Violence, anger, not listening, not caring. Ladies and gentlemen, that's occurring all the time. We don't take the time required to listen to our children. I don't care what you learn from anything else in this whole session. Do me a favor. If your kid is expressing their feelings and they're sad or they're hurt or they're upset, stop whatever you think you've got to do for yourself. Sit down and listen to your child. Why I work with students one-on-one? Well, it's essential for us to get clear on how the students perceive their classmates and how they perceive other children in the neighborhood and at home. And typically speaking, when we talk to kids one-on-one, we find out more in detail the truth of what's really going on with them. Nathan.
Yeah.
All right.
Hi.
N-A-T-H-A-N. Have you dealt with name-calling and bullying?
Yeah, I had a really bad start to high school.
Year 7?
Year 7 and year 8 were bad years.
What happened?
He just kept picking on me for no entire reason. Sometimes he was on his own, sometimes he brought his friends with him.
Can you remember what kind of things they said to you?
Like swear words and that. They normally got me and dragged me into a corner.
Okay.
And then they just...
So really close up?
Yeah.
More like intimidating you?
So you tell a teacher, "We'll kill you," and that.
Do what?
Kill me.
They want to kill you?
Yeah.
They said that to your face?
Yeah.
What did you think when he told you that?
Scared.
Was this in year 8?
Yeah.
And this went on for 2 years?
2 years, yeah.
Years 7 and 8? Did you tell somebody?
Yeah, I told my mum and my dad, and they told the head teacher.
When did you tell your mother and father?
June of year 8.
So you went through this process with these people for a good year and a half?
Yeah.
Did you feel alone?
Yeah, I did.
What did your mom and dad say to you based on all this information?
He said I should have told him straight away and I shouldn't have kept it up.
Yeah.
Should have told someone.
Yeah. And they were probably really worried for you.
Yeah.
I think it's very important to understand that most kids feel threatened when they're being bullied and probably keep a secret. They probably keep a secret from their moms and dads longer than they really should. The purpose of visiting the student's mom and dad and going to the parent's home is, I think, absolutely critical to helping support that student in the long term. So if we can bring mom and dad into the fold and show them exactly what's been going on and how to deal with their son or daughter that has been bullied, name-called, or taunted, then the student can come home and feel and rest assured that, you know what, I've got somebody I can talk to. Thanks for inviting me in, Nathan. I already got all the details on you, don't I?
Yeah.
But I do not have any information on your mother and father, who are sitting right here, which is very, very cool. So let's see. Can we go by Deb?
Yeah.
Is that cool? And then we go by
Steve.
And you are effectively the mother and father to Nathan. Mm-hmm. And he's telling me his life story based on his life at school. Mm-hmm. 7 and 8 seem to be troubled years.
Yeah. So,
Do you remember those troubled years?
I'll never forget it.
And did you know anything about these activities that he shared with me on his one-on-one meeting with me when it's all started? In year 7?
Not really.
Okay. And so that was happening. Your awareness of the situation being a serious threat to your son was more like 1 year?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Were you aware of the fact that his involvement with this situation was longer than that?
No.
Did you? You never told him that?
No.
You know why he didn't tell?
No.
Would you like to tell him why? Remember 7 when you were talking about 7 with me, year 7, and the whole situation and all the threats and the intimidation that occurred?
Kept threatening me and that.
Yeah, so his fear was that if he reported this, it would get worse for him.
Escalate.
So he went through a period of time where he was hoping that it would go away. Remember that? Yeah. We talked about it going away. And the conclusion we came to was that, children and kids need to report this kind of thing soon as possible. What I've also discovered as I work with individuals and kids in school and then get a chance to meet their moms and dad is that scenario of the child keeping a secret for a period of time is normal. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't believe that it should be that way. I'm not saying, and I'm not condoning that process as saying this is the way it is and that's the way you got to deal with it. No, I think we need to come out and we need to speak freely about the situation. So I don't believe that he was doing anything to hurt your mom and dad about that. You were doing everything that you thought was going to help you. Yeah. So the key to this is to make sure that we get moms and dads supporting their children all the way down the road. Have you ever heard words from someone before that don't feel good? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We're conditioned to believe just because I hear these words and these actions coming at me, they belong to me. And a lot of times if I ask people these questions, well, who are they about? If I call you a rotten word, who is it about?
Me.
No.
Well, that's what...
Now your kid has got more information than his mom and dad. Isn't that great? No, the truth is he's absolutely correct. Mm-hmm. But on paper, adults, moms and dads would normally say, and you guys probably would too, that it's really about the other person, but that's not how we live. Mm-hmm. See? So that the tendency is to become reactionary to what it is that's coming at us. Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to draw a picture of Nathan's ear. Because we got to get the sound in his head. Yeah. Isn't that where it goes? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. And you can't really see it. What would happen if you can't see it? What do you do? When you're having a problem, someone would tell you to ignore it. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
Did they ever tell you that?
Yeah, I've done that anyway. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you ever tell them to ignore something?
I have done, yeah.
Okay. All right. I want you to do me a favor from this day forward. I want you to both work as hard as you can as supportive parents to never tell another human being, including yourselves, including your children, to never ignore another thing. Do you know why?
You're not confronting it if you ignore it.
Well, no, it's impossible. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You've already heard the words.
Yeah.
So think about it. If you got somebody that's upset, they're angry, they're hurt, they're sad, because they've already heard the words, and they want to tell you how they feel. And that's one of the hardest things for a mom and dad to do, is sit there and listen to their kid talk about their feelings when their kid's been hurt. Okay. And then when you're all done, you say, Nathan, just ignore him. Yeah. Now he's going to walk away frustrated. There's no resolution, and he doesn't know what to do. Okay, so what we don't want to do from this day forward is put it on your list. Moms and dads, never ignore another word or another action. I want you to learn or choose how to process everything. No matter what someone says to you, it's still produced in their body. Even if they use your name in a sentence, that production is them. You have the power to choose who you are, and that's your power inside your mind. So what you need to do, rather than listening and then saying, I'm sorry that happened, next time just ignore him, what I want you to do is help him process or learn how to process what's just happened to him. Because here's what's going to happen tomorrow or tonight. Someone is going to commit another action that is negative. I guarantee it. I'd like to be able to say that the whole world will not be negative. Nope. I want you to split all people into two people. I'm two, the kid that assaulted your son is two, the police are two, the school is two, everybody's two. Number one, person. The person is number one. What would be number two, Nathan?
Behavior.
Yeah. Behavior. You love a person, you don't like his behavior. Now you can apply this to everybody that you meet in the world. Now how do I know this process works? Well, look at me. How much negative energy do you think I get walking down the streets around the world looking like this? No. Yeah. I'm not looking for pity. It's about what have I learned about words and actions that have come at me. What I've learned is that if I get people talking about me to my face or behind my back, or looking at me with negative words, or saying rotten things about me or to me, and I don't care if it's 1 million people, what I know is that they produce that energy. And that means there's 1 million people with a problem. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Knowing that, as now I have the power to walk right through that stuff and not take on any of it as mine, and understand they all have a problem and I can still love them. So what you want to be able to do now is support this energy, but mom and dad, you've got to incorporate this key in your personal life in some manner, so you can have the same language as this man right here, because he's working his program.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me into your home today, you guys. You did super.
Talking to you.
I think it will help us understand each other a bit more, talk to each other, and think about the words that we use before we say them. Are they going to hurt? Are they going to offend?
To actually know how, in my case, my son was feeling at the time, and also how to deal with what he's been through, to teach my daughter the things that scary guys taught me, to pass those on, I think will be beneficial to my daughter.